Tonight, KRON 4's Greg Lyon uncovers the truth behind ibogain in a special report you'll see only on 4.
You're at every possible treatment modality, every paradigm, every detox, every therapy. Nothing ever worked.
Well, nothing worked until he met a scientist who had set out to debunk a counterculture myth that a substance derived from a plant could help drug addicts kick their addiction, and discovered that the myth was true.
Greg Lyon is back now with part 2 of the story of ibogain, the compound addicts are calling a miracle for curing addiction. Greg?
After testing 280 addicts, Dr. Deborah Mash is convinced that ibogain is simply the best treatment available to help end addiction to opiates like heroin and cocaine. It may also be extraordinarily effective against alcoholism. There are 2 reasons why. The first, science can measure. The second remains a mystery.
I was scared. I was really scared.
In 1998, Dr. Deborah Mash of the University of Miami was about to begin studies of a substance known as ibogain, which comes from the root of an African plant. It was rumored among addicts to be extraordinarily helpful in kicking addiction. But few people outside the drug culture had heard of it, because ibogain is illegal. It induces visions.
It puts people into a 4 to 6 hours state of almost an active dream. It's like a lucid dream.
As drug addicts in the studies were about to discover, during that dream state, something extraordinary happens.
It's literally like a miracle. It was like nothing has ever worked, and this just did.
Patrick Kropa was one of 280 people in Deborah Mash's trial of ibogain.
Patrick was one of the worst opiate addicts, worst heroin addict that I have ever encountered in my life.
His arms still bear the scars of years of heroin addiction, and he knows only too well what happened when the flow of drugs into those arms was interrupted.
When you're going through withdrawal, you're sweating, you're shaking, you're freezing, you're hot. It feels like your spine is being smashed in a vice. It's pain.
But this was different. Within 45 minutes of taking ibogain, he actually felt his addiction leaving him.
That moment is the first time in about 10 years that I had actually been clean. Not just detox, but clean. That was it. That was the first time. That was like a miracle.
That was 4 years ago. Patrick Kropa has not touched drugs since.
I'm saying this, having been on heroin for my entire adult life. I mean, 14 to 30 is a long time.
On one level, Dr. Mash understands some of what happens. Ibogain in the body is metabolized into another compound called noribogaine, and noribogaine appears to reset chemical switches in the brain of an addict.
So it resets the opiates, blocks the opiate withdrawal, diminishes craving and desire to use, and it elevates mood.
But what of the visions people see? Of those, Dr. Mash understands very little. Only that they are somehow significant to the outcome.
It's as if the plant is teaching you something fundamental about who you are as a person and why you've got yourself locked into this intractable pattern of behavior.
Ibogain will not work for everyone, and even for those for whom it does work, it is not a magic bullet.
You need treatment, you need social workers, you need case management, you need medications, you need psychiatry. I mean, you need the whole boat of professionalism around this.
Having said that, for Patrick Kropa and many of the other addicts in the studies, ibogain was a lifesaver.
It's like if you suffer from terminal cancer and someone goes by and says, oh yeah, by the way, we cured that. We just passed this thing across you and it's gone.
Even the skeptical scientist believes this ancient drug from Africa holds astounding promise for the modern world.
I think we're going to see fantastic numbers. I think these numbers are going to be stunning.
Dr. Mash will present her findings to the Food and Drug Administration next month. She hopes the FDA will eventually authorize further testing based on her results. In the meantime, ibogain remains illegal in the United States.
We're both talking about how remarkable this is. Certainly people with family and friends watching are want to know how to get a hold of this or what to do.
Well, as we said, ibogain is illegal in the United States. It is, however, advertised on the internet, but you'll get no guarantee of quality unless it's given under medical supervision. And for now, that can only be done overseas. To learn more about that, you can go to kron4.com and click on the News Links button.
Thank you, Greg. That's been fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Keep us up on it.
Yeah, we'll look for the FDA's decision on it.
You bet.
All right.